The NCERT board has prescribed a textbook for class 11, that is mathematics for textbook for class 11, binomial theorem, that is the expansion of binomial terms and powers of highest powers with the power n, that is the indices. Calculus forms a basic as well as the important topic for your class 12 mathematics. Here you are learning the limits and derivatives of some of the functions, which is very important for your class 12. Hello everyone, a warm welcome to one and all. This is Shruti, lecturer in Vidhyaashram, the Temple of Excellence, Mysuru. We are now in the introduction class of your class 11 mathematics. So in this session, we are going to study about the syllabus as well as the question paper pattern, design and the contents which you are going to study under your class 11 subject mathematics. So here in this session, we will take up the topics for the session. The first one is the scope of the syllabus. So what is the scope of studying class 11 mathematics and textbook for references? Course structure or syllabus as per as the board, that is what are the contents and chapters under the syllabus you are going to study in class 11. Question paper design for your class 11 and internal assessment. And coming towards the textbook for reference, the NCERT board has prescribed a textbook for class 11, that is mathematics for textbook for class 11, and you have one more additional textbook, exemplar problem, which helps you to solve many objective types, descriptive type questions, which helps you to go through your IIT JEE also. Now let's see the course structure of mathematics in class 11. So in class 11 mathematics, you have majorly 5 units and those 5 units are divided into chapters. But here I have given the weightage of marks given to each units and number of teaching periods for the given units here. So the first unit is sets and function. So the number of teaching hours or number of periods required to teach the entire unit sets and function is 60, and marks from this unit you can expect on around 23 marks from the sets and function. The second unit is algebra. So algebra needs 50 number of periods here, and the marks you can expect from this unit is 25 marks. And the third unit is the coordinate geometry. It needs an around of 50 periods, 12 marks you can expect from coordinate geometry. Calculus, it needs an around of 40 number of periods and you can expect 8 marks from this unit. The next is statistics and probability. Statistics and probability is divided into chapters again, but to teach all the chapters under this unit, you need 40 number of periods where you can expect 12 marks from this unit. So an average of 240 number of periods are required to teach the entire 5 units in the mathematics, and your final examination question paper will be set for 80 marks and hence overall you will get 80 marks from these units. Whereas what about the other 20 marks? As usual, internal assessment will be having for 20 marks. Thus, you will be added to 80 marks and the total overall marks for the subject mathematics is 100. So now we have seen the course structure, that is what are the major 5 units under the subject mathematics, and here are the units divided into chapters here. This is the syllabus prescribed as per the board. Now from the first unit, sets and functions, you have 3 chapters. One is sets, relations and functions, trigonometric functions. So these are all interrelated to each other, and trigonometric functions are very important because your class 12 mathematics is completely overall depend on trigonometric function, which will be a major stage to your class 12. Now algebra is here. Under algebra you will have 5 units, that is complex numbers and quadratic equations. So until class 10 you have studied about real numbers. Here we are introducing a new number system, that is the complex number, and you are studying the quadratic equations and a complex number. Next you have linear inequalities. Here you are finding the solutions for linear inequalities, permutations and combinations, that is how arrangement of numbers, books, on order, and objects or anything can be arranged in terms of permutations and selection of those objects. And binomial theorem, that is the expansion of binomial terms and powers of highest powers with the power n, that is the indices. Now sequence and series, how a number arrangement can be arranged in terms of a sequences and some of those numbers, that is a series, that you will learn in this chapter. The next thing is the coordinate geometry. So coordinate geometry, here you are learning straight lines, that is the formation of a straight line or the characteristics of a straight line. Conic sections, under conic sections you are learning a circle, ellipse, parabola and hyperbola, that is the curve formed by the sections of cone. Next here you are getting introduced with three-dimensional geometry. So until now you have studied your analytical geometry based on only two-dimensional axis, that is your x and y axis. Here one more additional axis, z axis is introduced, and the same thing what you have learned, the distance formula, section formula and everything, what you have studied in two-dimensional, here you are studying in three-dimensional geometry. The next thing is calculus. Again, calculus forms a basic as well as the important topic for your class 12 mathematics. Here you are learning the limits and derivatives of some of the functions, which is very important for your class 12. Next, statistics and probability. So under statistics and probability, you are learning the statistics as one chapter where you will study about the mean deviation, standard deviation, that is the measures of dispersion in statistics, and the probability. So the basic probability, that is the axiomatic approach of probability, you are going to study in this units. So these are the number of chapters under the units you are going to study in the subject mathematics for class 11. The next is coming to your question paper design. As I already told you, the question paper will be set for 80 marks and time allotted for you is 3 hours. And you have already seen in the course structure that the marks is allotted for particular unit. It is not divided into chapters. That is, unit wise or topic wise marks is not allotted. Only from this particular unit 23 marks will be taken. From this particular unit 25 marks will be taken. So that means you need to cover all the topics or all the chapters inside the particular unit, so that overall you will get 23 marks from the first unit, 25 from the second, 12 from the third, 8 from the fourth and 12 from the fifth unit. So coming to the choices here, no particular choice or no extra questions will be given. Only internal choice will be given here. So for example, if you have a question number 18, question number 18 has two questions in the form of A or B. So here you are supposed to choose any one question. That is, you need to attend all the questions in the entire question paper, but 33% of internal choices will be given, where few questions have two sub-questions, and in that two sub-questions you are supposed to answer only one sub-question. But you need to entirely attend all the questions. Do not leave any questions, because no extra questions are given here, only internal choices are given. Now, question paper pattern. So, your question paper contains two parts. One is part A and part B. And here, each part is compulsory. That means you need to attend all questions here. So, part A has objective type of questions. Overall, it carries 24 marks. And part B has descriptive type of questions and it carries 56 marks. So, thus, both part A and part B have choices. But what type of choices? I already said you have only an internal choices. No extra questions are given here. So, now, coming to part A here, again part A consists of section 1 and 2. So, section 1 contains 16 very short answer questions. So, that is from question number 1 to 16, you have a very short answer questions for 1 marks, and you have 2 case studies under section 2. So that this is section 1, and under section 2 you have 2 case studies, and all 2 case studies contain 5 MCQs, but you need to attend only 4. So here under the case study questions, so you have 5 MCQs in each case study, but you are supposed to answer any 4 out of 5 questions. So thus overall here you will get 24 marks from the part A section. Now in part B, again it consists of 3 sections. Section 3, Section 4 and Section 5. So here Section 3, Section 4, Section 5 is divided according to the marks prescribed. Section 3 contains 10 questions, 2 marks each. Section 4 contains 7 questions, 3 marks each. And Section 5 contains 3 questions, 5 marks each. So I already told you that internal choice is provided. You have to attempt only one of the alternatives in all such questions. For example, suppose if you have question number 30 here. So question number 30 has 2 questions. You need to choose any one of the question in question number 30. As I already told, no extra questions, only internal choices. That is only for 33% of the questions your internal choices are given. You need to attend all the questions, and wherever internal choices are given, you need to attempt any one of the questions which is probably best to answer. Now, as I have discussed your question paper pattern and question paper design, so you are attending your annual examination for 80 marks, and where are the other 20 marks now? So it is your internal assessment. Your teacher or your school assess you in different ways here. So here internal assessment is for 20 marks, and it is divided into 2 categories. One is your pen and paper test, that is a periodic test. So 3 periodic tests will be conducted for you, that is the pre-midterm, midterm and post-term. So here the best 2 PTs are taken, and those 2 PTs can be taken as average, and we can allot you a maximum of 10 marks. So 3 tests, that is 3 pen and paper test will be given. Here I have given a tentative one. So your school may conduct the periodic test as their conveniences. So 3 periodic tests will be given here, and 2 best periodic test or 2 best performances from those periodic tests will be taken, and out of the 2 periodic tests we will take an average, and we can give you a maximum of 10 marks. And the next 10 marks is for your mathematics activities. That is, each students are supposed to perform 10 activities, and you should keep a record for all those activities. Thus, the 10 marks for your assessment of activity work will be given, and how it is divided. So 5 marks for record keeping, and assessment for the activity performance, and year-end test it is given for 3 marks, and Viva 2 marks will be given. So in total the activity work has 10. So for your periodic test 10 marks, and for your activity 10 marks. In total your internal assessment will be for 20 marks, and your annual examination 80. So overall you're assessed for 100 in the subject mathematics. So I hope you have a clear idea about class 11 mathematics and the question paper pattern about internal assessments also. So from next sessions, we are going to start the concept-wise classes for each and every chapter. We'll meet you in the next session. Until then, keep watching, keep learning, keep exploring. Thank you.